out there.
That there are 365 days in the year, okay? We also know that a 2-day weekend and a 5-day work week kind of blows. Why can't we just adjust our week and monthly assignments? And do you know what I mean?
I think that's a much bigger ask than adjusting an hour.
But I tend to think that you would probably get more traction.
I don't know what your ask is.
We don't need 12 months. All we need is 365 days. We don't need 12 months. We don't need 52 weeks. We can reassign everything.
So you're saying rather than just move back and forth an hour, redefine our understanding of the progression of the year as we know it.
All we need is
eliminate
365
months, eliminate weeks, eliminate everything. And so instead of just shifting by an hour twice every year, change every perception of structured time as we know it.
Yes.
I think that makes sense.
I think so. I'm
Why?
just saying.
What, do you hate it that much? Why?
I'm just saying we don't. We can make it better. I just want a longer weekend.
We can make it better.
I just want a longer weekend. How's what better?
Yeah, I don't
understand. Changing everything we know about time.
Yeah, how do we benefit from that? I don't understand.
We get longer weekends.
You short-sighted people.
Yeah.
I can't believe you guys aren't buying into this immediately.
You want an hour.
But if there aren't weeks, how are there weekends?
Yeah.
There's not.
Yeah.
Well, we're just
which, by the way, were made for Michelob.
Yeah.
Weekends were made for Michelob.
I think Nick nailed it at the beginning when he said that's going to be a bigger undertaking than simply.
I don't even understand your concept, so I apologize.
He's saying
it's not that big of a mind blower. It's we already
Kathy,
know.
for once, you're with me on this, right?
For once, I think we're on the same page on a few things, and
Keep
definitely
being mean to me.
this
That's
one.
all right. Keep
I'm not being mean. I just don't. I'm with Preston. I don't understand what the hell you're talking about.
I think before we all die, this hour shift will be gone. I think that the progression actually, despite your protestations, Casey, is moving forward. And really, at this point, it's kind of silly. The silliness for me is that some states observe it and some states don't.
Like Arizona doesn't.
Yeah, Arizona doesn't. Hawaii doesn't. Like parts of Indiana don't. So like either get all.
So why can't we all do that?
That's a great question, Kathy. And
that would be much easier than changing everything.
A year or two ago, Florida voted to eliminate it, but they haven't eliminated it yet. So it's this weird state-by-state progression. It's kind of like marijuana laws. Like some states it's legal, and some states.
If there was more marijuana, people wouldn't care about the time.
Yeah, I mean, at some point,
I think it's Thursday.
At some point, it's going to disappear. I think we should get used to that idea.
Can you explain it to me again? What your idea is? I have no idea what you're talking about. Just because I don't get it.
Just let him give. Because maybe there's something there.
Well, all I'm saying is that we listen, and I've said this before.
You do understand when you laugh, you undermine your own.
Well, I laugh because I see it in your eyes, right? Like I'm not going to get a fair shake here.
No,
right?
no. If I understand what you're talking about, I might agree. The way you've described it makes no sense to me. Start again,
Well, I'm just saying, let's redistrict everything, right? Let's just wipe away with 12 months and 7 weeks and all that, and let's just start with the 365 days in a year plan.
All right.
We could add Hunger Games to it.
We could add Hunger Games to it and get rid of that woman over there.
Hold on. What is it? What does that do?
All right. So what we can do, I think, is just kind of like take a step back and look at how we can. And I'm just saying to like make it, because so many people are stressed out there. Like, let's give ourselves a little bit, more relaxation time. Do we really need a not?
I understand where you're going with
that. Yeah, thank you. Please help me out.
If I may.
Please.
There are 365 days in a year.
Dear God.
Casey is saying we don't need 12 months. We don't need 52 weeks. We can divide those 365 days differently in order to make a shorter work week, longer weekends, and eliminate essentially months, because months are antiquated 5 days for the Earth to get around the sun.
Right.
So we have that amount of time. We can redivide it differently.
Okay. So redivide it.
Yeah.
Okay. Not get rid of everything and just have 365 days. You will have to have subdivisions of some type.
Well, what's going to make your arbitrary
work week
much better?
I'm sorry?
What's going to make your arbitrary selection of the time frame better?
I'm sorry.
No, what I would posit to you, Steve, is that you either
you work.
Go ahead.
How many days?
Why don't you just work? Why don't you just have a 3-day weekend? Why don't you sit down with your fly down to Naples, sit down with Caroline Beasley, and talk to her about working Monday through Thursday?
All right. I would possibly recommend you can keep a 5-day work week, but have a 3-day weekend, right? So
okay.
I mean now that
so add a bonus day. Mm-hmm. So after Sunday, comes Loon Day. Didn't we come up with that one day or something like that?
Loon Day, yeah.
Fun
And
Day.
Farch,
No,
which is
fun.
an additional month.
I like Fun Day because that'll be your fun extra vacation day or weekend day.
And Manic Monday we can add, too.
See, you're going by Sunday and Fun Day and Monday, and those wouldn't exist either.
So I'm thinking that
Yes, they would.
Oh, Jesus.
Something would have to exist to
Well, you're calling it-
designate a week.
Okay, so you're calling it Sunday, Monday, because that's what you know. That's what you have in your mind.
How many days in a week?
I would say 8 days in a week.
Just like the Beatles.
It's beautiful. They knew it, man.
Yeah.
If you tell me we would travel around in a yellow submarine, I'm going to give you a big kiss.
8 days in a week. I think that works for me. 5 days on, 3 days off. 5 days on, 3 days off.
Okay, so you'd have to give those days names
Yeah.
to designate them, and what's wrong with Monday through Sunday, and then just adding another day.
Okay. What are we going to call the next
I
day?
told you, Loon Day.
Loon Day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Christ.
It seems so easy.
Yeah, no. Anyhow, I'm not even going to talk about this anymore.
Good. Thank you.
I was going to give you the whole history of daylight saving time and all that
Boring.
stuff, but we got a much more interesting conversation out of that, right?
We learned that the birth of Loon Day is just around the corner. Wow.
Okay, how about this? I noticed that there was a piece of audio we didn't get to play yesterday. And
It's actually from space.
it's from space. NASA's
We were going to play it on Loon Day.
NASA's Perseverance rover, of course, landed on Mars, and they released audio files of the wind blowing on the red planet.
I've been waiting for this.
2 of the files released by NASA were of the Martian winds. A third audio filed was also an acoustic recording of laser shots that were zapping a rock to test what it is made of.
Right. We just have the wind.
Okay.
And they call the wind on Mars Mariah.
Mariah, yeah. So you want to play the audio of this?
Yeah.
All right, let's go with this. Here we go. Hang on. More coming. Wow.
I mean, that's awesome.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, who was that?
So that's Martian wind, by the way.
So what you're also hearing is a little bit of that has to do with the fact that the microphone on the probe sits between 2 protective shields, which is causing the wind to sort of accelerate through there and cause it to be a little bit more pronounced.
I was having a conversation with my friend Jack a few weeks ago about this, about all of it, and he was really jaded about it. And,
Yeah.
and I was just like, man, like the cameras and the microphones and the helicopter, like, aren't you blown away by the fact that we're getting live, or not live, but actual recorded audio of wind from Mars? Like, doesn't that blow you away? And he was just like, nah.
Come on.
I don't get it. I don't get why people aren't blown away by this.
I mean, it doesn't blow me away at all, but I think it's interesting. I think that's cool, but I wouldn't. I mean, we're talking about it now, and I won't talk about it again.
Really? That's it? You won't bring it up at the next cocktail party?
It's another
Hey,
planet.
gang, come in. Ladies, come in here. Listen to this.
It's a whole nother planet.
Martian wind.
You know, we're exploring the solar
No, I
system.
think it's cool. I think it's cool, but
Here's what blows me away about it all is not just the things that we're seeing and receiving, but the fact that a group of people sat down and did all of the science, all the math and the construction and the engineering to create something from scratch to go all the way up there that can communicate back and do this stuff. That's human achievement. I'm just blown away by that. It's incredible.
Come on.
All of the things that have to go seamlessly to make that happen over an incredibly long journey, over a very long period of time. And it worked. I'm blown away by it.
And by the way, like, for example, what you would have to do to fly a kite on Mars is much different because of the gravity and the way the atmosphere is.
The atmosphere is very thin.
Yeah.
I guess my question is, like, if that doesn't blow you away, what will? Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm fascinated by it, and I'm all in.
The fact that Khloe Kardashian wants to have another child with
I
Tristan
suppose.
Thompson probably blows
That's what
him
he was talking about.
5-day work weeks.
Yeah, he was fascinated about the embryos.
So the Perseverance is tasked with examining rocks that are up to 3.6 billion years old in hopes of finding evidence of life. So they're going to be sending back more cool stuff.
That's
like
awesome.
that, for the next. Well, how long is the mission on that thing? Is that expected to last?
Is it a couple years, right?
I don't know.
It's like
No.
10 years?
Not really.
Well, because
no,
they're going to
not
send
10 years.
they're going to send samples back. They have to send that other craft
Yeah.
there to get the samples and then come back, and that's a few years
Check
away.
the duration on it.
Yep. All right. Notice something else as well. This has to do with Netflix, by the way. You guys share your passwords at all for your Netflix account?
It's just my wife and I, so she just uses mine.
Yeah, I'm the same way, just our family. But it's fairly common to share your password with your friends, and it might get harder to keep doing that. Netflix is testing a new feature that could mean a crackdown is coming on the practice that it has until now largely let go on. GammaWire noticed the feature in which some Netflix users trying to use somebody else's password are being stopped with a screen that says, if you don't live with the owner of this account, you need your own account to keep watching.
I haven't seen that one.
In order to continue watching, the viewer is given the option of either verifying their identity with a texted or emailed code to the account's owner, or choosing to verify later, which gives them the unspecified amount of time to continue watching and later confirm that they are valid account users.
This is sort of a creature of their own creation, because you remember a while ago, they were the ones, they had a whole campaign that said, share it, go ahead.
Yeah.
So suppose one of your children, not somebody who is not one of your children, asks you for your Netflix password. Would you give it to them?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
If we had no months, I would.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or if we're going to keep going back there, I've got more. I've had some time to think about this, Steve. Thank you.
And refined it.
All right. We'll circle back.
I've refined it. And
One
I've
365-day month.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll
Beer
loop around.
credits.
Okay.
So, no, but like, same thing. It's like, dude, go get your own.
Right. I hear and a caution. Have you guys ever stayed in a hotel since Netflix has been abundant?
Yes.
Yeah.
And used your own password
Yeah.
to
No.
sign into an account and watch. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, if you're at a hotel and they have Netflix, you can
Yeah.
sign up, you can put your own account in, and you can watch from your favorites list, blah, 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 whatever. We did that and accidentally did not sign out of our account,
no.
and it got compromised.
Oh, really?
Yes, it did. It absolutely was from that, and we had to jump through a bunch of hoops to get it straightened out.
Oh, that's annoying.
So make sure, just a cautionary tale, if you are in another, even a home of somebody you know, and you sign up with your account, log out afterwards.
At Sage Advice, what they're trying to do is they're doing things through like the second verification where they'll text a number to your phone and
Right.
so on and so forth to make sure it's you. There's supposed to be a thing in place where if the account has been inactive for a while, then they check it's you again.
And this was kind of my fault because I was like, whatever, I don't need to sign. I'm like, what's somebody going to do? You know, blah, blah. How can they even figure it out? And somebody did.
Yeah.
And it was, and we
Bastards.
traced it back to that. So just a heads up, and we'll see what ends up happening with this. Oh, this next story. Yeah, this one.
This is the money shot from the noticer.
Marissa noticed this.
Marissa noticed this and then banged it off of Preston.
She did. So, and she noticed it from an Instagram account called Wooder Ice.
Yeah, I love that account.
And apparently, the Cherry Hill Mall, April 16th through the 26th, will have a McDowell's pop-up restaurant from Coming to America.
That's awesome.
Isn't that great?
Why didn't they do this up to the release of it?
I agree. Maybe they did it in other locations, Steve. I'm not sure, but they're going for the Golden Arc instead of the Golden Arches.
Did you see the breakdown? I sent you an article that broke down all of the why McDowell's is better than McDonald's. The differences.
think so, yeah.
The menu items.
Yeah.
Who's behind this? I mean, who is going to profit from this?
That is
Maybe Amazon Prime.
That is a good question, Case. In this particular story I have, it doesn't say.
And do they owe anything to McDonald's as a result?
It's a good question, too.
I wonder if a while ago there was some sort of deal that was struck because, and if you're unfamiliar with the whole situation in Coming to America,
right?
He has basically a McDonald's ripoff, and it's obviously that, but there's just enough of a difference to keep it that way. Now I wonder if McDonald's kind of gave a nod and said, "Okay, have fun with it."
Remember in the movie, they're out in the parking lot and the guy's taking pictures.
Yeah.
And he chases them off. He's like, those McDonald's people keep coming around.
They're not golden arches, Preston. What are they?
It's the Golden Arc. The Golden Arcs. So the pop-up will include displays for plenty of photo ops, lots of merch, and, of course, McDowell's grub. So if you ever wondered what a Big Mick tastes like, now is your chance. BigMickPup.com. A regular Mick ticket is $23. Each ticket includes a sandwich, fries, and a drink. Each meal includes a McDowell's patch as well. There's a VIP Mick ticket, which is $43, and that includes everything from the adult Mick ticket plus a commemorative McDowell's T-shirt. They also are selling, Steve, what they call the mildly amusing meal.
Instead of the Happy Meal.
For $10, which is a kid's meal in a gleeful box with a toy, only for children 10 and under. Kid size burger or nuggets plus small fries and an apple juice or water. And then they have the sexual chocolate cake shake. $28 for that, by the way.
There's probably cake in it. It's probably one of those big elaborate.
So it's a chocolate-coated soda shop glass with the rim covered in chocolate nuts.
Wow.
And it is then filled with an extra thick and creamy chocolate milkshake, which is keeping a chocolate-covered cherry safely hidden at the bottom. That's cool. And then the cake. So your shake will be topped off with an entire slice of American marshmallow chocolate chip cake consisting of 3 layers of moist chocolate cake, 2 layers of marshmallow cream and cookie dough.
Look at this.
And it's iced with delicious frosting chocolate cake crumbs. And I hope you get to keep the glass.
How could
that
you
it
not?
comes in, right?
I mean, that's the only reason I would get. You have an entire slice of a slice of cake that's enormous on top of a milkshake.
4-layered cake.
4-layered cake, and then you have the Jimmy's, I guess, all around and everything.
And it's drizzled with chocolate on the inside. That looks badass.
So did you
you'd be able to get one of those?
Did you see Coming to America?
I have not seen it.
Okay,
No.
so
I hope to watch it this weekend.
They introduced the meatless Mick. Case you saw it.
Yes.
And the meatless Mick is based. So they're sitting down to try it, but it's not impossible meat. It's just like grass and stuff like that.
Let's see here. What is this? It says,
read it from the top.
The company behind it is Galaxy Burger and Beyond, and their website says the pop-up dining and sci-fi adventure, a Comic-Con and restaurant for the world we live in.
Yeah, I've seen these kind of popping up in malls around. So I believe that there is a Galaxy Burger that is coming to the Springfield Mall, or it might already be there. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
But I guess, all right, so those are the ones behind it.
And that's a legit burger joint, Galaxy Burger?
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, but
Well, is the concept of this that they sort of take thematic approaches to the food that they're doing? Like they keep almost like the theme changes every couple of weeks?
I don't think that's the case.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So here are a couple other items. So I mentioned the Big Mick, which is, of course, 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a non-seeded bun. They have chicken chunks, the meatless Mick, which you mentioned, which actually is an Impossible Burger.
Instead of the grass burger featuring Coming to America.
They also have the Louis Anderson.
Yes.
Because he's in that. Grilled chicken breast sandwich with lettuce, tomato, and pickles. Now I'm on lettuce. Washing lettuce. Soon I'll be on the fries.
He's in the sequel, too.
And then the Magnum Mick. Okay, so listen to this. 8 all beef patties, 1 pound in total.
Jeez.
Special sauce, lettuce, 8 slices of American cheese, pickles, onions on a long, non-seeded roll. And that is $12 for that.
So that's obviously something you'd split with someone.
I love it.
Look at the phone screener, Preston.
Let me see here. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, let me go to Zach, who knows somebody. Hey, Zach, good morning.
Morning, guys. How's everything going?
Good. What's up, Zach?
I'm actually friends with the guy that owns Galaxy Burger.
Where are they based out of?
They set up for their first 10-day run in the Springfield Mall back in the middle of February. They ran it.
Okay.
They're
And
moving to, I think, Montgomery County in April.
okay, do you know where they're going to be in Montgomery County?
I did yesterday. I can't remember the name of the mall.
All right, so he's the guy behind this McDowell's pop-up thing?
No, he's behind Galaxy Burger.
And so is Galaxy Burger, are they the ones that are behind this whole McDowell's promotion.
They are not.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, then we have conflicting information here. All right, thank you, Zach. Appreciate it for the heads up.
All right, so he's saying the Galaxy is just strictly a pop-up?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know how that is possible because, they're popping up in like major stores in these malls. And
okay, so there's 12 months in a year.
But, I mean, you have entire kitchens that you have to put in place. That doesn't,
No, I'm confused, but I'm not confused about knowing I want to go to this.
I only care about the McDowell's.
Yeah, that's all I care about.
So that's cool. All right, and then
Going for the noticer.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
Mock.
Yeah.
Noticer.
Yeah.
Information.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go with this. Kids and adults alike will soon be able to dive and dodge from foam Nerf projectiles inside a 4,000 square foot arena with New Jersey themes at a mall in Middlesex County.
Is this that mega? Is this that one that has that big amusement park inside of it?
I don't think that's Middlesex. No.
Pups of War, a Nerf blaster arena, which has 2 locations in Hawaii, is tentatively slated to open another at the Brunswick Square Mall in East Brunswick.
And it's called Pups of War?
Yeah, Pups of War by the end of April. And it gives players the fun of paintball game, but without the bruises. The person behind it said, this gives you all the excitement of dodging a soft, safe projectile flying at you. So it makes it fun, but at the same time, it's not that massive pain factor. Designers are still painting the Brunswick Arena to feature Jersey City firehouses, lighthouses along the Jersey Shore, farm stands, and even a bagel shop and pizzerias. Central Park and George Washington and Brooklyn bridges will also be a part of the display. Rubberized floors are also being put into place. Nerf blasters may be rented or people can bring their own.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and each player will be provided with eye protection.
What's the range on a top-level Nerf blaster?
So they had one. Now, I haven't played with those things in a long time.
But you were deep in for a while.
Yeah, my kids outgrew them a long time ago. But there was one that was kind of like a sniper rifle type of thing. I'd say, Steve, at the most 20 yards, something like that.
Well, now you can do it further because you got the balls, right, Kath?
We have every Nerf gun ever made in the house, and every whatever Nerf bullet, or they have the little balls. They have they don't call them bullets. What do they call them?
Darts. Nerf
darts. Right. Okay.
But what are the balls called?
I don't know, but let me tell you something. They hurt. This you talk about paintball hurting. There are now Nerf guns that hurt, especially the ones with the balls. Yes, they fire so forcefully out of the Nerf blaster. It's like there's one. If he picks it up, I'm like, do not shoot me with that because it hurts. It's like a sting.
Don't shoot your mommy.
Don't shoot mommy.
Don't shoot mommy. I'm making French toast for you. No, I'll be good.
Listen, we have Nerf blasters in the outside bin. We've got a bin upstairs in the playroom. We've got a bin downstairs. Like they're everywhere. So at any moment, a Nerf fight could break out in the house.
Quick question. Yeah. Has anybody here played like laser tag or paintball?
Yeah,
both.
Yeah,
we did laser tag. Actually, the one Preston and I were talking about it not that long ago on Germantown Pike.
Isn't it?
It's so
a lot of fun.
The one that we went to was really nice.
Yeah.
Like, it was cool.
The balls, that's the rival, right? So you have.
So we're looking up on the screen here, Case. This is what you have?
Well, not that exact gun because they have a whole bunch of different kinds of guns. But my son and the neighbors they have these battles back and forth, and the rival is the way they're trending, right? So the last couple of guns we had to get for my son were the rivals, were the balls, because they do travel
your older
better.
Nerf player is going to want this.
Your older Nerf. Wait, how old is your son?
He's 13.
Okay, this makes me so happy that we can go into teenage years and still be playing. I love it.
Here's a couple of stats for somebody texted and said the Nerf balls we have fire at 100 feet per second, and then somebody says Nerf rival shoots at 70 miles per hour.
What?
I'm telling you,
man.
some of these are ridiculous.
Okay, Preston, we need to get a couple of Nerf rivals in here and have a.
Yeah, the rivals. I want to try those out.
Absolutely,
A new version of Crack Shot.
By the way, one of these suckers looks like the machine gun in Aliens.
We had one that was, and we had a video. I brought them in. Remember the machine gun ones? You pump them up full of air, and they were fully automatic, and you could shoot 15.
We have it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I used to have an arsenal. I built a wall where I hung all of them.
It was in a hidden room, wasn't it?
funny.
Yeah, it was under the stairs. I'll have to show it to you, Kathy.
Wait, and
Jace will freak
it's
out.
all the Nerf blasters?
At the time, yeah,
Oh,
we
that-
had like
I should do that.
30 of them.
Right.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
I at least have 30 of them.
Yeah.
And I mean, little ones, small little hand Nerf blast. I hate calling them guns.
I don't know any kid who isn't into Nerf.
Oh, my- wait,
Even
so-
and the girls, boys, it doesn't matter.
Wait, so we had a little boy come over once, and he came from a household where they weren't allowed to have that.
right.
Yeah.
He went home and told his whole family. He was like, "Jace has guns everywhere."
No.
And his mom, she's like, "Yeah." So he came home and said this, and I was like, "Oh, they're Nerf blasters. Like, I'm not allowed."
We don't approve of weapons of war.
Oh my gosh! And the kid was like in heaven. You know, I mean, he's outside.
Do you know what
making a
happens?
gun out of sticks. Like
I forget the movie. It was a comedy movie, but the mother was like that, and eventually she realizes the kid is going to make a gun out of cheese.
And
it doesn't matter.
No,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Steve. Jace actually chewed the little piece of American cheese that I gave him the other day into a gun, and he was like, "Watch out, pew pew."
I remember doing that.
Yeah, he's a boy.
If you're excited about teenagers, still sticking with this stuff, Dallas Goedert and Avonte Maddox of your Philadelphia Eagles, they were roommates, and they have Nerf wars in their house, and these are grown men.
That's great.
I'll see if I can find my video of my array.
please
It's from
do.
way
You
back
showed
when.
it to me. It was cool.
There's a TikToker who has a Nerf fight with his grandmother every day, and he posts the videos on. And like sometimes he lives with his grandmother.
Yeah.
Sometimes the grandmother will initiate it, and she'll just come from around the corner and like blast him sitting there watching TV or whatever he's doing.
All right, so this place is opening up a little further away in Brunswick, but the plans to limit players are to about 30 or 40 at a time right now because of coronavirus pandemic. That already seems like a lot.
That's a lot.
I can't imagine what it's going to be when they open up like 200 kids running around going bloody murder, shooting each other with Nerf guns.
I would love like an urban warfare scenario where something that's a little bit older, where you're going from building to building and back to the wall and the whole thing.
I'd travel there though to experience it, see if you liked it.
Cool. All right, so that's all that I have to notice.
Good stuff.
But let's loop back around.
To the calendar?
No, Jesus, no.
You had time to think about it? No?
Casey's thought about it. He's got a better explanation of it. Let's hear it.
No, I think Nick actually explained it great. He was following me on there. You guys might not like it, right? Because this is what we've known for our entire lives. And all I'm saying is that we don't have to have 12 months. We don't have to have a 7-day work week.
If it makes you feel better,
Right.
For a brief period, Galileo was jailed for his idea.
Was he
You
really?
like to say,
He was, yes.
You're an idea guy.
I'm an idea
This is
guy.
thinking outside the box.
And what's
Just
going to
think about
happen
this.
is years from now, people will say there was one man who had trailblazed beer credits
Right.
and monthless years.
Right.
And there'll be a statue of you in Rittenhouse Square.
Right. All we have to do is instead of even having months, you just have days, right? So, okay, on day 165.
Why do we even call them days?
Yeah.
How about PUDs?
All right, on PUD 165, we know that PUD 165 is Independence Day.
Yeah.
Right. We know
Why?
that. Yeah. We know that PUD 360 is Christmas.
Chuck just walked in. He's cracking up. I'm with you.
PUD 360 is Christmas. PUD 1 is New Year's Day.
Do you know who might fight this, though?
I'm sorry,
I
New
just
Year's
have to,
PUD.
I just have to warn you. The calendar industry.
big calendar. Big calendar's going to come after you.
Big cow, as they call it, is going to come after you.
So you just think that it should be restructured?
Well, listen, I didn't say it should be. I'm just saying let's just think about it for a second.
No.
Okay.
I'm just.
I think about things like that every time I hit my head on the basement ceiling.
Okay. So we're done here.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back in a moment. We'll get into the bizarre file, and we're gonna have Lorraine Newman on the show as well later on. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
What's new? Glad you asked.
Foo Fighters. Cheap Trick. The Offspring.
Brought to you this morning by Natural Lawn of America. It's safer for your lawn, kids, and pets. You can schedule their full-service program and get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED, Natural Lawn of America. And greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed. This is a great story. Police say they've recovered a 400-pound playground slide that was stolen from a playground in Washington State. But it's interesting where it was. In mid-December, police say someone had stolen a massive slide from the playground at Terra Vita Park. On February 26, detectives came face-to-face with a 400-pound playground slide inside a child's bedroom in a mobile home.
In a mobile home?
This thing is huge, and I don't know how they fit it in there. Police say that they made the discovery while investigating recent catalytic converter thefts, where thieves cut up your car's exhaust system so they can sell your catalytic converter to scrap metal dealer for the value of the heavy metals inside of it.
So was this a standard straight slide?
Well, it curves a little bit, but it's one that you would see on a playground, anytime now.
Oh, we're
nowadays.
looking at it.
While investigating the recent thefts, police located a potential suspect and obtained a search warrant for a property. And detectives said that not only did they find the catalytic converters, they found a large slide. Police say most of the original playground set was left behind back in December, but the slide was taken, the top sawed off, repainted, and mounted on a bunk bed. Parks and Rec arrived, and they recovered the slide. Police arrested Dustin Allen Bushnell for possession of stolen property for the slide. No charges have been filed for the converters as of yet.
Yeah, guy's got too much time on his hands.
Yep. Here's dedication to a cause. California stuntman Hunter Ray Barker sat in a pool full of bean dip to promote Los Toros Mexican restaurant. He did so because the restaurant suffered losses due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and Barker says that it's been one of his favorites for years. He started his stunt at 3 p.m. on Monday, and his full day sitting in beans coincided with a block party at the eatery, which also featured Barker getting a tattoo of the restaurant's logo as he passed the time.
Guy's committed.
Barker says he performed the ridiculous stunt to get people a laugh, and added, if we can get more attention and turn a few more people into lifelong customers, that's what I love about it, too.
Do you think they're putting high-quality bean dip in there or just standard?
I'm going to guess it's the lower end on the quality that they
That's what I'm guessing.
Maybe you could partner up with this guy when it comes time to, be on your funeral bed and have
with the guacamole in my mouth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sailors aboard Seawolf-class submarine USS Connecticut, one of the U.S. Navy's most capable attack submarines, have been battling a bedbug infestation.
Oh, no.
On a submarine.
On a submarine? How do you get rid of it?
Naval Submarine Force Pacific said in a statement that the Navy launched efforts to find and eliminate the difficult-to-kill bedbugs after the problem was first reported last December, explaining that the physical presence of bedbugs was actually found this past February.
Jeez.
So it's been around for a long time. It actually says here it started in March while the submarine was participating in an Arctic training event. Family members of Connecticut sailors said that the bedbug problem has been an issue for about a year. According to a petty officer assigned to the submarine, he told the Navy Times people were getting eaten alive in their racks. The sailor added that the situation got so bad sailors were sleeping in chairs or on the floor in the mess.
It's already uncomfortable, but a submarine is the kind of thing you could, once you got back to port, close off and bomb.
The outbreak negatively affected people's sleep, a problem for sailors with a stressful job. The sailor said if someone's sleep deprived because they're in the rack getting eaten alive by bed bugs, he could fall asleep at the controls and run us into an underwater mountain. When the submarine returned to port, some sailors took to sleeping in cars to avoid their racks. The bugs have not been completely eradicated as of yet, so they're having a real problem with it.
Scuttle the ship.
Yeah, just take it in and blow it up. It's not safe to drive in any type of seat that isn't secured inside your vehicle. The Wisconsin State Patrol shared a photo on Twitter of a vaccine that was recently stopped in the North Central region. The car had been pulled over for an equipment violation, but when the trooper approached, he saw the vehicle was not equipped with seats, and the driver was actually sitting on a camping chair, like one of those canvas chairs, folding chairs.
I love this. There's a site that I follow that's all like news clips from Russia, and there was a guy who had, I kid you not, it was a bungee down rolling office chair.
Yeah. And remember, I showed you one where the guy's steering wheel was a wrench.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, this has my father written all over it.
Oh my God!
I one time I drove a stick shift Volkswagen and the brake lights weren't working.
Yeah.
And he connected an old doorbell, and every time I had to step on the brake, I had to hit the doorbell.
Shut up!
I swear to you. Also, he had a van that he used to go out to Montauk before he was married, and then when we were kids, he still had it. But he used to take his nephews. They lived in Florida. He'd get them from Florida. They drive from Florida to Montauk, and he built beds that lifted up and had storage underneath, and they would go to Montauk and spend the summer in Montauk and basically live in this van that had beds in the back.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh
Convert it all
yeah.
up. Yeah.
Did he ever have to worry about inspection or anything like that?
Inspection? What the hell's that? What do you mean?
Registration.
All those little trifles there.
As I got older and I was like, okay, you can go to a dealership and they'll fix your car. He'd be like, you paid for what? They ripped you off. And I'm like, no, they just
a doorbell
gave me new
costs
tires.
$10. The tires.
So I was driving the stick shift, and when I would step on the brake, I'd have to hit the doorbell.
Oh my
Wow.
God. To slow down to a stop, you'd have to hit the doorbell because it would turn the lights on.
It would turn the lights on. I could use the brakes whenever I needed, but I had to. I had to hit the doorbell.
I mean, usually that's why it's so convenient to have the actual light attached to the brake itself.
How long did you have to drive like that, Kath?
Oh, this was college. I drove around for a decent period of time, hitting the doorbell every time I needed to stop.
Oh my God.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
All right, and we'll wrap up the bizarre file right there, my friend. We've got more coming up a little bit later on. And may I say this? Back off of Casey for
I'm good. I can take it.
his idea on the monthless, weekless calendar. You don't have.
I will have you know he has been contacted by Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Has he?
Yeah.
Is that who that was? Who told me to just eat? Because that's what I'm good at.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by the idea. I just didn't understand his explanation of it. And
you still refute it, but at least you appreciate it.
There would have to be some sort of subdivisions.
You're a good friend. You're now backing him and supporting him.
I am.
That's nice of you. Out of pity.
He's one of my best friends, and I don't want to see him be beat up. So he doesn't deserve that. No question.
I can take it, I think.
All right.
We'll see.
You've just ruined Casey's weekend.
Oh, man. Hey, I even sent a nice message back, and he says, it amazes me that they keep you employed. So this is all because I'm having a little fun on the radio, but you know.
Yeah, right?
Eat over there.
Shut that fat pie hole and do what you're good at.
See, there's no call for
And I said, I was wondering why your mother would even write that
Right.
stuff.
But, like, can you offer me some suggestions? What am I good at? Just eating?
You are pretty good.
I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, no, you're in shape now, buddy. You're looking good.
Quickly, we're before we take a break and go to commercials, I do want to talk to this gentleman. He's on the line. He works in my community in the Skippack, Harleysville, Lansdale, that whole area.
Yes.
And he's been making a name for himself because of the COVID vaccinations that he's been parsing out to our community. And he got started early on this, actually on
January, right?
I think it was on Super Bowl Sunday, and is getting some national press out of this. It was a story about him that Reuters had posted yesterday, and it's really cool. So, but he is he's known as Dr. Mac. In the area, and he's also known for dressing up as Superman.
Yes, I approve.
And our buddy Brian Miller takes the photos of him that have been popping up nationally, which is really cool.
They're amazing pictures.
From Chorus Photography. But we're going to welcome Dr. Mac. His real name is Dr. Mayank Amin. So, Dr. Mac, good morning.
Hey.
How you doing, Dr. Mac?
Hey guys, good morning. How are you today?
Doing wonderful. Listen, you had reached out to us. We had mentioned this story that Reuters had posted yesterday, and one of the things you wanted to point out is, let me point this out, that at Skippack Pharmacy, the pharmacy that you own, I believe it's only you and maybe one other full-time employee there.
That's correct. Just two of us, and then we have a lot of students that help us, and a couple part-time people, but it's a very small team with a monumental task ahead.
Yeah, and you have managed to give vaccinations to thousands of people already, and I'm just amazed that you're able to do all of the legwork, all of the specifics that it takes to make an operation like this happen, being so short-staffed like that?
The beauty behind all of this is that we have a community that is there with us every minute of the day. Last night I was leaving the pharmacy close to midnight. There were still people at the pharmacy helping and making phone calls. Just in a matter of 24 hours, 2,000 phone calls were made to people that have upcoming appointments, just so the people that don't have access to the internet are informed and are aware of how to make an appointment. So we want to make sure no one's left out during this process, and we have a community that is wonderful, a team of over 400 volunteers.
That's great.
That are making these clinics happen.
And we've heard so many stories about. Listen, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's in motion now, and we've never quite done something on this scale aspect to everything. And so there have been some screw-ups, but here you are pulling together with the help of people who are just volunteering and getting a lot done in a very efficient manner. How did you get the initial run of vaccines as quickly as you did?
The first doses of vaccines actually came as a surprise to us. We were one of the only pharmacies that had a freezer capable of storing the Pfizer vaccine at minus 80 degrees. And that was actually donated to us by a senior community that's right by the pharmacy called Meadowood Senior Living. They donated that freezer that normally would cost $12,000. And that gave us the access to be able to request these vaccines from the state. And
that's amazing.
When it arrived right before the Super Bowl, that was our victory because snow wasn't going to stop us at all. It was about 8 inches of snow that day, but the community came out and 1,000 vaccines were given on that first day.
Wow. And you guys would be amazed that Dr. Mack and his crew are doing this. I mean, Skip Back Pharmacy is a small place.
Yeah.
It is a tiny little small business.
Looks like it's in a strip mall.
Yep, it is. And the fact that that this group is able to get out this much makes it a pretty amazing story. Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, all right, Dr. Mack, I wanted to ask you about timelines, because the way that I've been looking at it, it's sort of seasonally and monthly, and the way that I have tried to see it is a month from now it's going to be better than it is today. 2 months from now it's going to be immensely better than it is today. What are your projected timelines over the next few months?
So just in this past month, we were able to give out 4,000 vaccines cumulatively in the entire month since Super Bowl. This weekend, we will be giving out 4,000 vaccines.
That's astonishing. It's great.
All right, and where did the idea for the Superman costume come in?
It was actually inspired New Year's Eve. We had to make a delivery out to a child patient, and I wanted to make the last delivery of the year memorable, so I dressed up as one of the Halloween costumes I had left over. Wore it and knocked on his door, and to this date, that child still thinks I'm Superman.
And Steve wanted to know where you got the Zack Snyder Man of Steel Superman outfit.
I actually have no idea. It was in my closet.
Randomly. So you're advising anyone, look through their closet. There might be a Zack Snyder Superman outfit there.
So Dr. Mack, how often do you put this on, and when do you decide to wear your Superman outfit? Because you still do that.
So I wear it anytime we go out to a clinic, and that was never a planned idea. We were headed off to take the vaccines over to the firehouse during the first clinic, and 2 volunteers were with me at the pharmacy. And I asked them, what if I wore this costume there? Would I look hideous? And they said, no, Dr. Mack, you're wearing it. And when I walked into that clinic, and Brian actually covered that picture, there was a line of people outside, and it was snowing like crazy. And I walked in with a box filled with 1,000 vaccines. Yeah. The emotions and the expressions of people out there, it was just something different.
That's great.
That's excellent.
That's awesome.
You're doing great work. How are you on volunteers? You still good, or do you need more people to sign up and help?
We do have a huge volunteer task force, but I think as the vaccines are starting to come out in larger numbers, we are going to need more volunteers and more trained volunteers because we never thought that we were going to get 4,000 vaccines on any given weekend. Yeah. So we went from getting 1,000 to now 4 times the amount, which means that we're going to definitely be needing more volunteers as our project continues here.
All right. Now, are you handling exclusively the Pfizer vaccine, or are you also doing the Moderna and the Johnson & Johnson?
Currently, our supply is a majority of Pfizer, a few doses of Moderna, and as the vaccine rolls out, we'll have the other manufacturer as well.
All right.
Just the Pfizer one right now.
Very cool.
If people want to help, they can just contact the Skip Back Pharmacy?
They just go right onto our Facebook page, facebook.com/SkipBackRx.
All right, excellent. Well, listen, Dr. Mack, you're doing great work. Congratulations on the notoriety and the fact that you're helping so many people out. We do appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you guys.
You got it. Dr. Mack, guys. Get Back Pharmacy. Very cool thing. Happy to see it. I'm glad that people are noticing this, and Brian, our photographers, getting this recognition too. They're great pictures.
He's such a good photographer.
Yeah.
I mean, his star is rising in the photography world. May I grab something quickly here, Preston?
Please, yes.
There is a one of our biggest, longest supporters. She's a teacher named Katie. She's a first grade teacher, and she's been dealing with everything. And she says with all this stuff and the remote learning and now hopefully getting kids back into school, that the Preston and Steve show has been a big part of getting her through this. And of course, we love her for the support. We love what the teachers are doing and able to do. So I wanted to send a bit of love from our show to Katie.
Want to do a shout out?
Yeah, I'm going to do it right now.
Let's send a shout out to her. And shout outs are sponsored now. Thank you to U.S. Digestive Health. Colonoscopy, it beats cancer. Schedule your screening with Pennsylvania's most experienced GI network at usdigestivehealth.com. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
The Preston and Steve Small Business Love You, Help You line.
Calling all you dirty dogs. We are the Dog House Groomers at 250 Ridge Pike in Limerick, PA. Our number is 610
nice tires, and cool rims, and all that. Right. And you could hear the exhaust was after factory. So this dude likes to go fast. Perhaps he likes to race. I'm not really sure, but this dude was in a hurry, so he zipped around me as fast as he possibly could. And then I ended up behind him at the next 3 stoplights because he was in such a rush.
Isn't that satisfying?
Yeah,
I love it.
It's the best.
It's the best.
Yeah. Where you going to, buddy?
Yeah. So while I was behind him, I saw on the back of his window he had the Instagram symbol. Like on your phone what is it? A camera, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So he had the Instagram symbol, and then next to it, what I would assume would be his Instagram tag, his handle.
Interesting.
And it took all of my energy to not look it up at that point because I would have commented on what an a-hole driver he was. But so I didn't, and I don't remember what his handle was. It was just a series of letters and numbers. But
he was advertising his Instagram on his car?
Yeah. I guess so. And what
if you looked it up and he was in complete support of your new calendar system?
Well, then we would have to talk.
But to your point, Case, I was wondering when you brought this up, would this have been? Do you think that's a case of where they're? Because I was thinking about it, and I said I actually have seen this before.
Yeah, I have too.
And I was wondering, in this case, is it a street racer like you? Oh. In other words, here's how you get in touch with me if you're because I don't know, or is it just simply a vain? Here I am. Were to simply put up if you were so inclined, your Twitter handle on because we saw 1 or 2 versions of it. I guess Connor called up some pictures, and they look like they were actually professionally done.
Yeah, stickers.
Yeah, stickers. Yeah,
you can order those. Yeah, that's a good question. And also, doesn't that open you up to stalkers
loons
and weirdos?
And shouldn't you drive better if you're letting people get in touch with you? Here's my number. Call me. It's like, how's my driving?
Well,
you had this story where the guy had the how's my driving, and when they called, it was the actual guy who was driving, and not the company.
Or it could have been like, how's my driving Instagram handle, and then you go to that Instagram handle, and it's like a double finger, like F you, I don't care.
Yeah, that could be that too.
But I think, the way he presented the car, I think he's proud of it, and it was, listen. It was a nice looking car, right? It was a really nice color scheme and all that. So
and he had to get someplace.
Yeah, he had to get someplace, man. He had to get someplace in a hurry.
Here's a text that says, it's a douchebag being a douchebag.
Okay.
Follow me at douchebag.
And then somebody said the at symbol on your car means you're a dildo.
Oh, hang on a second.
And by the way, real quick, if you are tailgating someone who happens to be going the same speed as 3 or 4 cars in front of them, you are a king douchebag. And if you are going the same speed as everybody else, keeping a car length between you and the car in front of you is not going to get the guy behind you to where they're going any faster. It's just hang on, man.
I despise that beyond all description.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
We actually had an old friend of the show's up here, and they were behind the same person. Yeah,
lost her connection.
Who? What?
It was Shannon. Shannon from the Bod Squad was.
I didn't see that. Let me go to Tate. Hey, Tate. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, it.
Hey, good morning, it. Tate, what's up, bud?
What's going on? Yeah, it's like people just like they want to. Whoever said it's a douchebag being a douchebag is like right on the mark.
Okay. All right, and so it's just people. He's just trying to get more numbers on their social media.
Yeah. I mean, they put a lot of money into these cars. Like, I have a couple friends that drive, like you said, it was like a Honda. They drive, they want to put a lot of money into it, and they want to show it off, so.
Right.
Yeah, they probably don't even care that they're being douchebags, and in fact, that probably eggs them on even more. Like, they embrace that and welcome the comments. It doesn't matter to them if you're going to come after them on Instagram or anything like that. All they want is the attention.
Nick, I wonder if the actual driving douchey is part of race. It's their way of getting attention so that they can up their. I got to check out this douchebag.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
What a twisted way of thinking.
Well, I would check it out, but I'm not going to follow him. He's not going to get me as a follower.
Right,
and listen, just because you have a fast car doesn't mean you have to drive it like that all the time.
I would love having a bombed out wreck and just put my Instagram. like Kathy's car with the
doorbell.
The doorbell.
Yeah.
Here's a text that says, if you tailgate, you're a pud. I love it.
Kathy's here. She's breaking.
Let's go for Justin on the air. Hey, Justin, good morning.
Gadzooks, guys.
Gadzooks, buddy. What's up?
So I drive a car like that. I don't drive like, a douchebag because, first of all, it's tied into my livelihood. I'm a truck driver, so I can't be getting tickets and being crazy.
Right.
But with the Instagram thing, it's like mainly it's like a follow my journey thing. Like if someone gets a car and they start working on it and making it better, like, swooping it up, you can click on the name or follow the name and follow their journey. Or it's for people who do show car things. Like I know a girl, she started her own business that way, and she does personalized modifications to cars and stuff, or for different things. So it's like the guy is a douchebag, but not everybody that has it on their car is one. So
it's not. It's basically that, the show car, and you have some sort of business or livelihood associated with that car, and you're promoting it.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, I was wondering if there was a racing element to it, but it doesn't seem like that's the case.
Thanks, man.
No.
Here's a text concerning the people with the fast cars and passing you on a road that's loaded with traffic lights. It says, civil engineers are smarter than douchebags. The streets and lights are laid out to control the traffic flow.
They are.
So you can many times end up right behind that person that tailgated, passed around you, and then next thing you know, you're sitting right behind them.
When you drive to work in the morning, do you notice a point, Preston, at which because I notice clearly if I'm a minute or two difference, that's exactly at the point at which the lights switch timing.
Oh, yeah.
And otherwise, before that, I can pretty much hit every light and just go straight through. And I'm not speeding. I'm just hitting every light. After that, light.
Like the last couple of days, I hit all green lights. I was like, wow, man, this is rare. This was excellent. I'm going to go to Jessica. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning,
Hi. Hey, what's up, Jessica?
Hey, guys. So my husband and I own a hearse, and we have our handle on it. We've been to many of your events, actually.
Why do you own a hearse?
It's a long story. I always wanted to be like the girl on 6 Feet Under.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, okay. I wanted a hearse for years when I was, in college. It's a cool vehicle that you could sleep in.
Absolutely. We go to drive-ins, we sleep in it, we camp in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine you pulling up into a campground in a hearse. All the families are around.
Yeah. So do you rent it out or anything? Do you get traction through your sticker on the car?
We rent it out. We've done music videos. We've done parties, events, Halloween, you name it.
Okay. And so you kind of advertise that with your Instagram account on your hearse.
We do, and we also get the opposite of people. We get how slow we drive. We get...
You're too cautious!
He's a 72 Oldsmobile.
Come on, where's the funeral?
So we have fun with it. So.
Okay, nice.
You've been in that situation, Preston, where you've been behind a row of cars and you can't see the headlights and you don't realize that you're in a funeral procession?
Oh, absolutely.
Come on!
Absolutely. I've gotten pissed. Well, why are these people driving through this light? It's red! Oh, my God, somebody died.
Yeah.
Hang on, Marissa. Let me go to this call real quick before we lose them. I'm going to go to Colin. Hey, Colin, good morning.
Hey, you guys rock.
Thank you, Colin. So what's your take on this?
So, yeah, I'm in a little car club and stuff, and a lot of guys will put the @ on their thing because, the more followers you get on Instagram, sometimes you can get sponsors and stuff. For
there it is.
Really? Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. Yep. So, Mopar or whoever might want to give you money to keep advertising, and then maybe you'll throw a couple decals on your car and stuff like that.
It's a whole other world. Let me ask you, Colin, what do you think the odds are you're going to get more followers if you drive like a douchebag?
Absolutely not.
Okay, all right.
Thanks, Colin. Marissa.
Okay, I'm so glad we're talking about this because every single day when I drive to work, I pass by this Tesla that is in my garage. It's a silver Tesla with yellow stripe piping all over it, and he has an Instagram handle on his car. And I wanted to share it a couple of times, but then I thought, if I share it, then people are knowing exactly where I live because he is doing it. So I get to share it with you guys in the studio now.
Wow,
but thank you for solving this mystery because I was wondering, what is this douchebag that has an Instagram handle?
This douchebag lives in my building.
Ugly car.
Yeah. No,
that's not pretty.
Really? Okay, I'm sorry. I like it. I wouldn't want to drive it, but
I think they uglified a nice-looking car.
It's reflective stripe. It looks like lines from a road.
What series Tesla is that? Is that the smaller one with the sort of abrupt back?
Yeah, it's got it's a coupe, so...
Oh, it's the Tesla D-Bag, I believe.
It's the D-Bag series.
Yeah.
Let me go...
By the way, quick question if I may on the Tesla. Why do they have air intakes on the front of a Tesla?
I think if
you're
they
right, on the
don't,
bottom there, yeah.
I
I don't
think
know.
if they don't, it looks weird. I don't like the Teslas that don't have a grill on the front of it. To me, that just looks weird, even if it's just a fake.
It looks
grill.
like you're looking at an unfinished vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, aesthetically, it's going to take us a while, I think, to come around to that stuff. It's just we're not used to it. It looks odd. You
I
know?
mean, for the longest time, they actually glued horses to the outside of cars just because it seemed more familiar.
Yeah, it makes total sense. Tim's got a method for tailgaters. Hi, Tim, you're on the air. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. You guys rock.
Thank you. What's up, buddy?
Hey, so usually when that happens and they fly past me, usually, like you guys said, you get caught behind them at the next light. So I'll just sit there and clap for them and just kind of laugh and give them a thumbs up and give them a clap behind them because, they didn't go anywhere.
That's great.
I love that.
I like that, applauding them so they can see it.
I remember one time I was in an altercation where this guy and he got out of his car and he was pulled back. He just stopped and he had people behind me stuck in the intersection, and so I honked the horn and he comes out and comes storming out, and I start yelling at him, and then he stops abruptly in front of me to try to cause me to crash into him. I get out of the car and I start walking to him, and I think he sees me for the first time out of the car, and it's a different situation, but I'm realizing I'm wearing my wife's charity T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
And if I get into an altercation, what a wonderful advertisement for my wife's charity that saves kittens.
I think racing douchebags are terrible douchebags, but the ones that have gotten me and really just really annoyed lately are the people who purposely make their cars louder. And I'm sure that I sound like a fuddy-duddy or an old man.
I'm with you.
I don't get it. I don't, and like, I live near a place where they can rev them and make the car even louder than it would be in a normal situation. And I guess that feels good for them. But
it's a safety thing. They want to make sure that you hear them.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
All these electric cars out there, you can't hear them anymore. So. Right.
I would like for that trend to go away.
Oh, and since we're talking about traffic, we're going to have to take a break because we have a guest coming up here in just a moment. But yesterday I saw this, and just a reminder for those who are pulling up to intersections. There was a semi in front of us that was going to be making a right-hand turn, same way we were going, and he pulls out in the middle of the intersection and just stops.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell's going on? I can't see what's happening. A woman was driving, and the road that he was trying to turn right on, she was heading in the other direction, and she had crossed over the white line, the stop line at the intersection.
And made it impossible.
And the guy can't turn. He can't turn.
So now he's in an awkward position.
Exactly. So the lines are there for a reason. Stop before them, or else you're going to end up like this, and it screws that guy over. People get stuck in traffic. You look like an idiot.
And you have to convince an entire row of vehicles then to go in reverse to allow the truck to come through.
Exactly. So follow the rules if you can. Please.
Stop being that.
Stop being that. The great Mel Gibson once said, stop being that, and we can all live our lives together. All right, interesting about the Instagram thing. I didn't think about the sponsoring.
No, I guess it makes sense.
That might be part of it.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break because we have a guest coming up. You know, we're going to play a game, too.
Yeah.
We have a